All right, so welcome to another rapid fire business story of the week. This is part of our rapid fire series, and today we have an incredible guest with us, someone who's achieved extraordinary success and is here to share their unique business journey with you. We're excited to hear their insights, so let's welcome them to the show. All right, so as this is our rapid fire series, we've got 1 minute or less to answer each question. So in a minute or less, give us the elevator pitch to your story and your life. Go.
Oh my goodness. So I've been kind of going through a spiritual awakening for about the past 10 years. And I needed a new job, and I decided that it had to be something in the holistic and spiritual field. So I chose hypnotherapy, specifically past life regression hypnotherapy. And I niched that down a little bit further to general and paranormal trauma. Paranormal trauma meaning people that have had, alien abduction experiences or just any kind of paranormal experiences, cryptid sightings, just anything that, in the paranormal realm. And I guess aliens aren't really paranormal, but in that kind of woo-woo realm. And so that's what I do, is I help people with general and paranormal trauma.
So that's fascinating, and I would love to dig a little bit deeper. So tell us a bit more about what you're working on today that you're most passionate about and believe will have the biggest impact.
What I'm working on today is I've got some group sessions in the works that I will be putting out there shortly. I'm not quite sure exactly when yet. Kind of in a small group setting, and then just kind of talking to people in those, realms, I guess you could say. So for right now, that's about it.
So this next question is one that every entrepreneur has dealt with. Tell us about a time where you failed. We often say failure is the first step to success. So think about a time where you failed in the past. What happened? What did you learn from it?
Oh my goodness. Do I have to say just one? There's been quite a few. Let me think. Just in business, the business aspect of it, I'm not really quite sure what to say on this one, to be honest. I'm not sure.
That's fascinating. And we're definitely going to have you back on the show to dive deeper into each of these questions. But for now, one thing that I often say is, and I tell this to my employees and the people who work with me and for me all the time, is that when a tree falls in the forest, if nobody hears it, did that tree actually fall? This brings me to this next question. How do you make sure that all of these amazing projects that you're involved in get noticed? What marketing and advertising methods have worked best for you? You've got a minute. Let's go.
Well, I'm just kind of starting out. I just started in July, and I've been working with, I was working with a business coach, and now I'm working with someone to do ads for me. I also interview people myself for my own podcast, and get on other podcasts and things like that to just kind of get the word out there.
That was so awesome. We're definitely going to dive deeper into this on a later show. And as we approach our last question, before we ask people how people can get a hold of you, how people can reach you, learn more about the work that you're doing in your company, and we will include all that information in the show notes, what I wanted to ask you is, what is one piece of advice that you would offer to your younger self, to our audience, and to somebody, especially somebody who's just starting out in the same niche that you're in, but just doesn't know how to start or get going? Amazing stuff. We're going to have to thank our guest
to be open-minded, and also, and and this is just in general, not necessarily just in business, but we need to quit judging people, especially if you're going to be in business. We just need to quit judging people. That has caused more problems than anything. So I think that's a really good start.
Today for being a guest on Business Story of the Week. And before we cut out on this episode, I wanted to ask you, how can people get a hold of you? How can people learn more about what you're doing? And how do people engage with you? And we will transcribe this and put it in the show notes for everybody to find.
On my website, monicawalston.com. That's WALSAMTON.com. My YouTube is at Monica Walston, and my Instagram and Facebook are both Monica Walston QH, which stands for Monica Walston Quantum Healing.
All right, amazing. So you did it. Thank you for being a guest on the show today. Let me tell you what you can expect next. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all this, we're going to cut it into an episode. It will go on the Business Story of the Week page. So make sure you go on Apple Podcasts, review us, like us, go on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to us on Spotify. And this will come out in the next 30 days or so, depending on our workload and how many shows we have. We have had a lot of interest in the show lately, so we may be a little backed up, but the show will get out. In the meanwhile, we will send you clips that feel free to share on social. Also, the full episode, feel free to share any way that you like. The content is yours to share and put out there. We just ask that you mark us and tag us in the notes if you do. So in the copy, put hashtag Business Story of the Week, link back to us. We would appreciate that. And if you think that you might be interested in doing more podcasts, live ones and studio ones, Zoom ones, Riverside ones, there's a whole host of shows that likely if you did this one and succeeded, you would probably be really great at, and a great way of getting your message out. So your host will talk to you about potentially getting you booked on a strategy call for a Business Story of the Week's sister company, Podcast Cola, or becoming a YouTube influencer through Viral Mirage. Thanks again for being a part of this. Looking forward to working with you.